And luckily, our department did not. I guess we were important enough. It's just funny though, because we always, like, one of the surgeons. So during COVID, we've been having the option to get new scrubs before you come in. And so then we got the new. Are you recording?
No.
Up to us, like, are you gonna take their chest tube out? And it's funny because J. Michael Smith is one of the surgeons, and he came up to me and he goes, "When is?" Car troubles too with his. What's his again?
Super WRX.
Yeah, that. So he's been driving one of my dad's cars that he, like one of the crappy cars.
Yeah.
Steven and John both live at the house right now.
Mm-hmm.
And
But my
John's the one
dad
with the baby.
gave John a car. It was another Honda. Drive until.
Yeah,
you know.
that's good.
Thank you.
You just don't want anything like
Thank you,
I
Nana.
know.
where you're on the.
I get so nervous.
Donna, there's a napkin.
I got one.
I just took the rest of them by accident.
It's just good, guys.
I like
That's
the
Donna's
dressing.
favorite salad.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm glad you made it because I had kind of forgotten what I had on it because we used to make this salad all the time at my house. But we got into like 2 other salads we've been making,
Yeah.
and so I kind of forgot that one, how to make it.
I guess you and I get the happy
You know,
Happy Father's Day.
I'm pretty full.
What's new?
Are you ready, son?
I'm ready. Oh, yeah, got the cow.
Oh, they're yummy.
Hold up the tractor for Isaac
Did you
to
see
do
it?
pictures.
Are you content now? Can
I
we
think
get
I'm out of
Show me yours,
tractors.
Channa.
Bailey's tractor.
I'm out of tractors.
Oh, you're out. I can't, Carol. Well.
You think I'm going to give you some?
Look
It's your
at that.
anniversary.
Oh my God.
Is it? Huh?
How can you eat that with them looking at you like that?
Well, I'll show you.
Lazy, you don't make cookies.
it out? And
Oh my
so
goodness.
it learned, it figured out every method that was available to get the food, and then they would take that method away every time, and it would just leave it with, a couple other, it would study it and walk around and
Oh my goodness.
used all 4 methods. But it's on.
And we had a dog. I guess it was Pumpkin, had just had puppies. So I said, it's just like Pumpkin grew big and big and bigger, and then the babies came out, the puppies came out. And so when Holly was born, Donna was really disappointed. She said, I thought we were going to have puppies.
I said with Isaac, he said I was going to have kitties. I said, Isaac, do you think I'm going to have a baby boy or girl? And he said, kitties.
That's what you wanted, wasn't it, Isaac?
Now I want doggies.
Now you want dogsies.
Yeah.
But you got Bailey. And
True.
look at her.
But the crazy thing is you did have part of Isaac and
That.
I I was reading about it because that was when I read about it, they were saying that the whole thing was, you know, generations are more connected than you think because the grandmother's actually carrying part of. Who's
wants
going
to go
walking?
on?
Who's going? You?
Where are we walking?
You? You're
Today?
probably gonna say me.
So dirty. Drinking the water. Thirsty.
Maple.
Maple, Maisie, come on. Maple. Was that a long hike, Maple? Maisie. Is it a long hike? Dear. Maple, your hair is blowing in the breeze, Maple. Maple, look at me. Your hair blowing in the breeze.
No.
She's tired. Maisie, are you worn out? Oh my gosh. She's going to sleep. Maisie, are you going to sleep? Hi, everybody. Yeah.
Is it? Because it ought to be starting to show.
Nana? I don't think it's gonna show.
Dog's got both paws on my arm.
Maybe.
Oh no, he's speed trap.
What kind of
It's
work did you say,
9:10,
Carol?
Nana.
Yeah, 9:10.
Oh, I can't believe I left this thing.
What's that, Donna? What does Carolyn do? Is she a hospice nurse or something?
She works with the group home.
Oh, yeah.
You know, she was a special.
I think she's doing a real good job. They love her and she loves them.
She brings them out here and they enjoy being outdoors and they come over to the garden and pick stuff.
Oh, nice.
Nana.
It might have been me.
Bedrooms on the septic tank built for 2.
Oh, gosh.
So it was flowing over when we got it. So the first thing we had to do is put in a septic tank. And then I wanted to redo the well house because also built so that if we ever put
Maple.
a freezer in there, we can also put batteries on the wall to keep our stuff from freezing. And, you know, we could put another roof coming out this way with panels on it. to determine what this dog sees in my lap.
I'm gonna look that up.
One place to nap.
I was going to punch up the fire.
Where do you all stand on? Did you decide to just try to figure out how to stay in your house? Are you still considering building, or I know you've kind of changed your mind several times.
Yeah, and I'm being wishy-washy, but we're going to calculate our incomes and our assets and go back to our CPA friend and get advice of what we really need to do at our age. But, you know, the money that we've got saved up for a down payment is going to lose value the longer we keep it. It's going to be it's not going to buy as much. So it may be advisable to go ahead and try to invest in something.
Do we have all our dogs right now?
We do. Enjoying vacation trip.
So are you just waiting till you can meet with your CPA?
Till we get our paperwork done, pay the bills. So, you know, with two revenues, two incomes, that makes a difference.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to get some advice and then go from there.
There was a kind of a lonely fella. He goes into town to the pet store. I'd like to get him a bird, something that'll talk to him. And he goes in and he asks the guy at the counter, he said, "You got any talking birds?" And the guy said, "No, not this time." He said, "But I've got a talking centipede." So he said, let me see this thing. So I go over and it's got a little tiny house there, and the guy knocks on the front door and the centipede comes and says hello, and the guy says, "How are you?" And the centipede says, "I'm fine, how are you?" And they just have a little conversation, and he decides that the centipede is for him. So he buys the centipede, takes it home, and they just spend the whole afternoon chit-chatting, talking. He is just really enjoying having this centipede to talk to. He decides, he's in his room there after he's done with his conversation with centipede. He said, "Well, I love this little creature so much," he said, "I'm going to take him into town. We're going to go have lunch. It's just going to be so much fun." And so he goes back downstairs to the little centipede's house and taps on the roof and he says, "I'm going to take you out for lunch. Get ready." So he goes upstairs to his room and gets dressed up, and he comes back downstairs and stand there looking at the centipede's house. And he reaches the thing and taps on the roof again. He says, "I want to take you out for lunch." He said, "Get ready." Still doesn't hear anything. Gets the thing, knocks on the little door, and pretty soon the door opens up. The centipede looks out. The guy said, "I'm going to take you out for lunch. We're going to have a good time." The centipede said, "I heard you the first time. I'm putting on my shoes."
I like that one. I don't have to.
Cute. Tell Carol the talking dog one.
Go ahead, Don.
No, I can't. Come on, Don.
Please do it.
So there's this guy, and he just moves to this new town, and he's out walking around, and he's walking down the street, and he sees this house, and there's a sign in the front door, and it says, "Talking Dog." And the guy's like, "Talking dog? I'm gonna see what this is all about." So he walks up to the house, and he knocks on the door, and from inside someone says, "Come in." So the guy walks in, and he was like, "Well, I'm here about your sign out front. It says you have a talking dog." And the guy says, "Yeah, he's out back if you want to go see him." So the guy walks out back, and he goes up and says, "Are you the talking dog?" The dog says yes, and the guy's just blown away. He's like, "Wow, this is amazing. How long have you been able to do this?" And he said, "Well, since I was a puppy, all my brothers and sisters were learning how to yip and yap, but I just learned how to talk. And the guy says, well, did you ever do anything with this amazing ability that you have? And he says, yeah, I worked for the FBI. They sent me over to Moscow, and all these people were were sitting there talking, telling all their evil plans, not thinking that I could understand them and report back. And he said, we got some bad people from there. And he said, then I came back, and then I went and worked for the CIA, and you know, we got some drug dealers then. And he said, but then I decided to retire and come back home and have a litter of my own. And the guy is just blown away by this. And, you know, this amazing dog who's done all this stuff. And he walks back inside and goes up to the guy and says, would you ever consider selling that dog? And the guy says, well, yeah, sure. And he says, well, how much? The guy thinks for a minute. He says, $20. The guy says, $20? That amazing dog out there that has done so much? He goes, yeah, he ain't done none of that.
He ain't done anything.
He lied.
How?
The talking dog
Yeah.
was lying
Oh.
about what he had done. But he's dog.
Lazy
But
dog.
he's a talking dog. So it's still amazing. Yeah. Good job, baby.
All right.
What's the frog's favorite drink, Shannon?
Chana, you know this one.
I know.
You know this one.
Coca-Cola.
That's right. Coca-Cola. Oh, I maybe never told Chana this one.
What?
Chana, what happened when Batman and Robin got run over by the steamroller?
I don't know.
They became Flatman and Ribbon. I love that one. Oh, that's good.
You tell it so well.
Chana, do you know why the orange stopped at the top of the hill? No. It was all out of juice.
I remember Bailey used to tell that one away that it just did not work.
I know.
I probably said, he used to say like it was out of orange juice or something.
I
It
know.
was all out of orange juice.
Why did the orange stop at the top of the hill? It was all out of orange juice. And we were just like, okay.
Yeah. I don't remember it that way.
Oh.
Sometimes you told it right, but then other times it was really very off.
Well, I can
Do
remember.
they know about Rose?
Oh, I don't think they know about Rose.
Here's one I'm working on. So there was an older man and woman. I mean, they were up in their years. They had come back from a vacation, and they were sitting at a restaurant with a couple of their friends, talking about their vacation. And the old gentleman was trying to tell his friends about a restaurant, that they ate at while they were on vacation. And he was going on about how incredible the food was. He never had any food that tasted quite so good, but he said, I can't remember the name of the place. For the life of me, I remember how good the food was, but I just can't recall the name of the place. He said, and the service was incredible. They're always checking on you. Food came quickly. I wish I could tell you the name of the place, so if you ever go there, you could stop in, because it was just. Oh, and on top of that, he said the prices were so low, and he said I can't remember the name of the place. He said, but the front of it was green and it had these really big windows everywhere. He said, oh, what's the name of that place? He said, what? He said, the flower. What's the flower that smells really good and it's got thorns on it? But he says, a rose. He said, yeah. And he turns to his wife and says, Rose, what was the name of that restaurant?
That one is John Mills and Barb's. They tell it all the time.
again and again.
Yeah, and then we call each other Rose when we can't think of a name or something.
All right.
How'd you get that picture so clean, baby? So clear, baby.
Once you get it up there on it, you gotta focus. You'll have to zoom in. Yeah, find it and just start zooming. And now start focusing.
I'm really shocked that it takes that picture.
That's insane.
Because you can see, like,
That's actually
detail.
crazy.
I know, you can see detail.
Of the moon.
Yes.
Bailey,
I
show
wanna
Anna
see.
these pictures. That's
Let me
crazy.
make my round real quick.
Okay.
And that,
I think I've
that's
seen it
like
before, but-
National Geographic, like, picture.
It's freaking me out, man. It's got like craters and stuff.
I want to take this doll.
That's wild that you can see the craters.
Maisie's
How is that
tired, isn't
possible?
Yeah, how much did that camera cost? Like $200? For that price point, that's insanity.
I know.
That's like what cameras that are in the thousands would have got
I know.
20 years ago. You probably have to pay like $5 grand for something that could do that.
I mean, it was Christmas,
Nana, do
so
you
I
see
got
my
a really
full
good,
moon
so
ones?
I'm sure it was
Oh,
more
that's
expensive
gorgeous.
than that,
Look
but
at the craters.
you know, it was like a
Did you see my full moon
I
ones?
did.
Christmas
It was
That's just pure insanity.
I know.
No problem now, goodness.
You learn how to use the camera better, Bailey, now that you know you just gotta take ones from far away.
I figured out how to do them up close.
Look at mine.
lightning bug. That'd be neat to have a lightning bug against the moon. There it is right there.
Well, my moon doesn't look good on here. I'll show you.
Oh, really?
Does yours take moons and stuff, Isaac?
Bailey, you could probably put that on my tripod and get it really steady.
I'm gonna have to.
I'll show you.
Yeah, I little
Oh,
fuzzy.
Maisie, come here, honey. Don't want to be on the ground.
It was a fart.
He farted.
What happened?
He farted.
He cough farted. You really heard him? His farts are
It was like
quite a lot.
both ends.
Maybe he just coughed and somebody else did the other.
Anybody in particular?
I've been around someone.
Yeah, Mom, that's probably you.
We tried to jump out of your lap. He was like, get me out of here.
Wow, look at I've never noticed those houses lit up like that before.
What's that?
I never noticed those houses lit up like that.
Baby.
On top of,
There's one right on top of Dunn's Rock.
that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, and then that other one is the Sanders.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure.
So does somebody live in it?
Well, it was their vacation home. I imagine they've sold it, and they sold their house in town. Or they may have kept it for family. I don't know.
Cookies and cream. Cookies and cream and ice and cake and cream.
But show up the blue.
Huh? Maybe.
Gonna see.
Show us. Oh, yeah.
Maisie, come on. Maisie, let's go. Come on.
Maple, what do you have?
Maple, stop. Come here, Maisie. Let's go. Okay, you're the closest. You're the closest.
Maple, you gonna go swimming, baby? Good job, Maple. You didn't go swimming very long, Dilly. Silly.
Come on, Judy. Let's go.
Come on, Maisie, go swimming. Go swimming. Go swimming, Maisie. You already swimming, Maisie? You haven't even touched the water. You're about to go now, Maisie. Good job. Good job, Maisie. Going in circles. Good job, Maisie.
Whoa, why'd she get out of there so weird?
Maisie. What are you guys sniffing at? What are you doing, silly?